Hey, welcome back to the Fit Survive channel. So as you can see, we have several items on the table here we're going to be reviewing in this one video. And so we have the Olight. Now this is their Seeker 3 Pro. And we're looking at the Refyne. This is the EP1L, so it's the larger full size. Then this we look at the Rovyvon U4 Pro and the Shan Zoo. This is the outdoor chef knife. And so we'll be going through these one by one, kind of get over some of the details of them and the cost of it. So I'll go ahead and set some of these to the side just to give us some more space to review each item individually. So what we'll start with here is the Refyne EP1. Now, you guys might recognize the name of this because I use the Refyne EP1 as my probably my favorite EDC pen. So you'll probably recognize this one. This is their original EP1. You can see it's super compact, really small there. Fits great in literally any EDC bag or even pocket organizer that I have. So I'm sure you guys have seen this many times, both review or just the background in my video. But this right here also, kind of for comparison, you'll notice this is nice and shiny. Now they're both titanium, but this one right here, this one has a polished titanium, whereas this was their stonewashed titanium. And they do have the stonewashed option also in their EP1L, along with the copper and the black stainless steel PVD. All right, so a lot of it's gonna be very similar. Of course, since it's the same model name as the EP1, you'll see it's gonna be very similar in everything except for size. The only difference is the EP1L is 13 millimeters longer. All right, so other than that, all the details are a lot the same. Like I said, this is made out of titanium. There are some different options, including copper. One of the things that I love about the EP1 from Refyne is just how fidgety it is. The bolt action right here is very pleasant to play with, has good action to it. Overall, it's a very minimalist pen. And so, I don't know, maybe some people will enjoy that, maybe some won't. You won't find like any like carbide glass breaking tips or anything like that. It's just really simple, really elegant. At the same time, you have a titanium pen where if you wanted to, you could use that for like some self-defense or whatever, if you know how to use a pen in that kind of way. All right, so this takes the Pilot G2. So that's one thing that's really cool is whenever pen companies do not make their own cartridges, but they make something that is readily available on the market, like the Pilot G2. The pocket clip here, if you wanted to, you could remove it by unscrewing the cap. You could remove that in a way you'd want to. But anyways, it is also like a deep carry, if you can see there. So if you have this in your pocket, it's gonna go right up to the very tip. And so that's really cool. Really great pen from Refyne. Like I said, the smaller version. Now this one I haven't carried yet before I reviewed it. Whereas this one, it has gotten like a lot of pocket time, a lot of time in my EDC pouches. So some really great pens here from Refyne. So this pen, something else to notice. I'm sure you guys saw it. I just didn't mention it. On the background here, you can see the copper on the inside. It just creates the perfect, I don't know if you can call it contrast or extra little color there. It's not enough copper to where you can smell it or where it gets on your hand because your hand does not make contact with that copper, but it does create a really nice look, a really nice elegant look to it. All right, so this pen from Refyne, the EP1L, costs $89. And the one they sent me came with this spotted notepad from Refyne. So really cool, again, kind of their logo there. They also sent a little sticker with this. Interesting little notepad because it is the dotted notepad instead of your typical lined one. So anyway, it's pretty cool that came with that. Okay, so I'll go ahead and I'll set this off to the side and we'll continue on with the Rovyvon U4 Pro. So this is a titanium carabiner. All right, as you can see there, something you could use for attaching to your belt, for carrying some keys. But you can see it's got a lot of interesting things to it, a lot of things going on at the same time. So first of all, you'll see here, this is how you attach it to your belt. So basically you'd run your belt loop through here. But then to keep your keys safe, what happens is they go on down here at the bottom. And so for example, if we had a pocket knife here, I'm going to grab this one. All right, so if this was like your keys or whatever, what you'd do is you would simply thread it, not really thread it, but you'd fit it on right there. And so that would hang from off of here. You don't have to worry about it coming off accidentally by itself, but at the same time, it's pretty easy to get on your belt loop and get it back off. So this being titanium, it's nice and lightweight. Kind of cool here, what they have is a small little bit holder, a little magnetic bit holder. So it's only got one, you have the flathead and the Phillips there. And so that snaps into place with that magnet. Now that is a 4mm bit. I measured that. And so if you wanted to replace it, 4mm bits are really easy to source and to replace. All right, so really interesting here is that this locks into place. And it's kind of awkward because this also has a scalpel holder we'll be getting to here in a bit. But it's awkward because I would think you would put the lock on the blade. But I think the main reason why they have the lock on the bit driver instead of on the blade is because with the bit driver, you can be pushing and twisting things. And so if this did not lock, you'd be trying to screw something and it would snap, shut or whatever else. And so I can see why they would want it, the lock on the bit driver here. Another thing to point out is it does have a small little ruler. So it's like just like 2 centimeters ruler there. And let's see on the back if it has anything. By the way, it also does lock shut. So right there's the button you have to push to unlock that. Yeah, on this side there's no other ruler. So just the metric ruler. All right, so like I said, that locks open, that locks shut. And then on this side you have the scalpel holder. So this takes a number 11 scalpel. And so you can remove this simply by lifting this, the back side of this right here. Oops, not like that. But on this side, there we go. Slightly different from the other one I'm used to using. All right, so you lift that up and you pull that forward, and then you can remove that. And this does come with like 5 scalpels, some replacements in the box that come with it. And so cool thing about it is whenever this gets dull, you can simply just chunk it, replace it for a different one. Or if you were planning to fly with this, you could actually just pop off this scalpel right here, toss this in the trash before TSA, and there's literally nothing on this carabiner that, theoretically should, get it confiscated from you at TSA. And so again, that's really cool, that option there. So other than that, that's basically it for this, just having that, the titanium carabiner with all that on it. So this costs $45 on Amazon. I checked right before the video and there is a 20% coupon right now available. Now, I don't know how long it's going to last, and that's not my coupon. That's actually just a coupon I saw on Amazon. So anyways, really interesting little carabiner. Let me know what you think about that. If that's something you can see you carrying, maybe your keys or some other gear on that using this carabiner style. All right, then we're going to move on next to, this is the Shan Zoo, like I said. It is an outdoors chef knife. Now, I really debated whether or not to review this on my channel because, a chef knife is not really something that many people into EDC are going to be interested in, but it does have a very outdoorsy look to it. I don't know if that's a real word or not, but I just made it. So you can see here it's got a nice like a leather sheath that it goes in, snaps on the back. You have this belt loop that does not snap. You just have to run your belt through there. And then this is the actual knife. So you can see how they've really tried to create an outdoors look to it. You have this, basically it is a forged 14C28 in steel. I think that's written right up here also. And they have created this hammered pattern. And so that really helps create more of an outdoors look. I think they really tried a lot to make this not look like a kitchen chef's knife, but really something that's supposed to be meant to be outdoors. It also has black oxide, and the black oxide is only remaining like in the middle. So once again, it creates a really cool look to it. You have this sharp and polished edge right here, and in the middle it's a bit darker with that hammered. So I like the design they did. Has a large finger hole in the middle, basically for you to grab it, basically pinch the knife this way. The handle is made from G10, so dark green G10, and also you can tell this is a full tang knife. So the steel goes all the way from the tip to the very end. On the end, you see it has basically a little loop here. I'd run like a lanyard through this. Like if I was using this for chopping, whatever else, and I was afraid that this might slip out of my hand, just running a lanyard through that and then wrapping around my wrist would kind of secure this in place to make sure that it wasn't escaping my hand while I was using it. So anyways, really cool looking knife. But what we're going to do is we'll go ahead and take this out right now and do some testing with it. Maybe we'll do some chopping on some branches and some wood and stuff. Because if it's an outdoor chef knife, it needs to be able to stand up to more than just carrots and meat, right? So we'll take that out right now, and then we'll be back in to finish this up. All right, so there we saw a spark. Really good spark there. We'll do some chopping on this branch, see how the blade holds up. Then we'll do a little test on the tomato. All right, so that's kind of what I would expect from an outdoor chef knife. You're still gonna have to do some cuts to the boards, some sticks and stuff. All right, I don't see any visible damage. Let's go ahead and we're gonna try to do a little bit cut on the tomato. All right, you can see it still did a really good cut there. All right, so it's still cutting really good, even after doing all the chopping. So I guess that looks good. So we'll go back inside, finish this up. All right, so this knife typically costs $130, but since they just released this this month, up until the 30th of September, they're gonna have it marked down to $96. So if you're interested in this, this is a great time to buy this while they have it on sale. Of course, I'll be including links to this in the description of the video. So check that out if you're interested, if you'd like to pick this up. Let me know what you think about kind of having an outdoor chef knife. If this is something you like seeing, or if you think that's not really a thing. Maybe let me know what you think about the knife and just the concept in general of having an outdoors chef knife like that. All right, so good, we'll put this up and we'll move on to the last item here that we're gonna be reviewing. And that is, of course, the Olight. This is the Seeker 3 Pro. And so as you can see up front, got some basic details already about it. It's gonna have a max output of 4,200 lumens, the max throw of 250 meters, which is pretty good for a flashlight, again, of this size. All right, so here in the box, we have the charging cable. And now this is the typical, what you would expect to find on an Olight, where you have their magnetic charger right there. And so it goes basically USB to their magnetic charger. And if you have not seen these before, the advantage of it is you don't have to try to find the port. You don't have to worry about water getting into like a Type-C charging port. It's just magnetic, and so you just put it up there, and then that just automatically just snaps into place. And of course, on this side, you have the USB cable that you plug into any basically USB charger. All right, I'll move this over to the side. Also, the case, you can see for this, is a softer case, kind of a nylon. It has a snap on the back here, so if you want to run it through the back, or if you want it to snap it on this way, you can do that. So that's well thought out. Here in the front, you see the button that basically releases this. So that snaps in like that. And you just squeeze it there and that pulls right open. All right, so pretty cool little case that it comes with. And now then the case is the only way to carry this like on a belt per se. And so you'll notice on the actual flashlight itself, there is no built-in pocket clip, which I know some people really like having a pocket clip built in, and I know others people don't. So anyway, some really unique things about this flashlight is you'll see that it has a dial right here. And so this little rotary knob is used to select, if you can see right there, it'll show you your battery power. Also, it's how you select your brightness. And so you turn this on, you twist this up to select higher brightness or lower brightness. And that also is used for the lockout. So 30 seconds with this powered off, it'll go into auto lockout to where you can't turn it on unless you twist this 90 degrees, and then it unlocks basically. All right, so other than that, this has a 5,000 milliamp hour battery, and that battery can be replaced. If it needs to be replaced, you can do that. It has an IPX8 waterproof rating, and also has thermal and proximity sensors. So right here in the front, you'll see a little black dot, and that is the proximity sensor. And so if you want to turn this on and you come close to something, you see it's kind of bright. As you get close, it'll intentionally dim itself down, and that's the proximity sensor. And the thermal sensor will basically just drop it down a couple brightness levels to make sure you're not overheating the flashlight. All right, so what we're gonna do next is we'll take this outside. All right, so here's the lowest setting at just 50 lumens. If you twist this knob, you go up increments until you gradually reach the max output of 4,200 lumens. As you can see, it's got a really good throw on it. Shines out there, and it's more of a floodlight, not much of a spotlight. And then if you don't like that knob, you can also press and hold down the button. So you see now it's on low. So press and hold this down, and it'll jump up to a medium, which is basically like 360 lumens. Hold it again, 1,200 lumens. Then you double click for, once again, the turbo, which is 4,200 lumens. All right, so this flashlight costs $140. And so if you're interested, be sure to check that out. Again, I'll include links down below in the description of the video. So check that out if you are interested. And so let me know what you think about all these items: the Olight flashlight, the EP1L from Refyne, and then the Rovyvon U4 Pro titanium carabiner. So that's it for these items. So once again, let me know what you think about them. Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think about having this where I combine several items into one review. If you enjoyed having that, we can watch all four together, or if you prefer having individual, maybe dedicated reviews to each items. All right, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.